Okay, this is Toby here from Australian Tabletop Gaming Network, and we are unboxing Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition from Fantasy Flight Games. Pretty keen for this one actually. Wasn't a huge fan of the first one, but and we'll go into this a lot more in the written review, but this time around they've removed the human component when it comes to controlling the creatures, and included a application which runs on tablets and laptops, desktops and what have you. So that's a big draw card for me. Pretty hefty box. It's got a reasonable bit of weight. It's good size. Retails for 160, so you'd probably want a good size box for that money. Requires or recommends Fantasy Flight card sleeves. One of those, the orange, and 5 of the small yellow ones. I picked these up earlier. Thank you to our friends at Vault Games, vaultgames.com.au. So I'm not going to get into too much detail with this. As I said, we'll just save that for the written review. This is really just an unboxing, so let's get to it. Stanley knife here. Take off the shrink wrap. This product is not a toy. Damn. Not intended for use by persons 13 years of age or younger. Alright. 1 to 5 players, 2 to 3 hours. We'll see. Fantasy Flight's got a reputation of saying 2 to 3 hours and then turning into 9 hours. Includes 32 plastic figures and a bunch of stuff that we're going to get to shortly. Alright, let's flip it over. Take off the lid. Alright, quite deep. So, before we continue, there's a warning there. Stop Mansions of Madness is a fully cooperative game, yada yada yada. Requires a digital companion app, which is available for Android devices, Google Play, etc., iOS, pretty much anything. Phones, tablets, computers. Okay, we've got a product booklet for more Fantasy Flight goodies. We've got a Learn to Play, all in full colour. Quite nice, we'll go through that later. We have rules reference. Okay, so obviously one book teaching us how to play the game, and then one with sort of more in-depth rules for when we're actually playing. Okay, cardstock. Quite a bit of it. Nice looking detail too. I remember opening up my original Descent, Journeys in the Dark, and everything is cave. It's lots of pieces, but it all looks exactly the same. And here we have some nice variation. Looks like mostly internal stuff here, like houses, which makes sense. I guess Mansions of Madness after all. So let's just have a quick look at that cardstock there. It's quite thick. Okay, and that just popped out real easy. You saw that double-sided. Looks like we've got some exterior stuff on the other side there. And there we go. So some streets and stuff as well. So that's pretty cool. It's not just obviously going to be houses, but also external or outdoor environments as well. We've got some flames, investigation. More streets and alleys. Billiard room. Looks like a rather creepy basement. Marketplace perhaps, yeah. Pretty cool. So there's a lot of cardstock there. So I mean, you consider that's all double-sided. There's quite a lot of variation, and there's already expansions due for this in November, which incorporates cardstock and minis from the original Mansions of Madness. Okay, so we've got a few bags here. So this one just quickly looks to be like most of our creatures, and I'll get some still photos of these later because I don't think they'll come up terribly well in the video here, but it looks like we've got a deep one there at a guess. And I won't go through all of these because there's quite a few here. There's something I'm guessing it's Cthulhu himself, yeah. It's quite large. Yeah, so there we go. I think that's the man of the hour. Okay, so there's quite a bit in there. It looks like we actually have 2 Cthulhus. Well, that's a worry. One's enough. So let me just get some more figures here. We've got some interesting guys there. So, but again, we'll get some nice still shots of these later. At first glance, yeah, look, there's a bit of detail. They're probably not the most amazing plastic figures I've ever seen, but there's enough detail on them. I could certainly paint these up, and I think they would look quite good. You could probably do it with a tiny little bit of filing, perhaps. But they don't feel quite as sort of rubbery as some of the earlier Fantasy Flight stuff, so not too bad. And there's quite a bit there. Don't need to open that, that's obviously bases. So there's quite a few sizes there, obviously, for the different sized creatures. I'm looking like there's cardstock that slides into these bases as well, probably to track health and what have you. Okay, we've got, don't need the knife for this one. So we've got conversion kit for those of you with the original Mansions of Madness or picking up those expansions I mentioned in November, and then we have our character sheets. So quite a few of them there. There's a number of heroes included, and they've all got a story as well, which is rather neat. And that's one part of sort of the whole Cthulhu and Lovecraft games from Fantasy Flight and Chaosium and others that deal with this sort of lore. Is it's all about the story, and that's something that's really appealing to me. So a bunch of heroes there. Looks like we've got those cards, some little cards for those representing the creatures. What do we got here? More heroes? Right, there's quite a lot of heroes. So, quite a lot of heroes there, and I'm guessing unless maybe there's sort of more than one card for each investigator, but we've got some investigators there. These actually, this might sound a little odd, at first glance, these actually look like they've been sculpted slightly differently. I don't know, they just look a little smoother, a little tidier. Could just be me. But they don't seem as like to have as much sort of plastic, excess plastic, like you wouldn't need to file these. I think if you're going to paint them, they actually, they're quite tidy. Alright, not much more in the box, so we've got a whole bunch of cards, and these are obviously things like equipped injuries, shocks, terrors, all the good stuff. Oh, here we go, equipment, yep. So guns, axes, things like that. We've got 2 bags of that, and then lastly, some custom dice. Alright, so quite a bit there. Nothing else in the box. No, quite a bit there. So that's what you get for your money, and that goes with, as I said, a digital application that'll run it all for you. So I guess read the rest of the review to find out if it's any good. Thanks for watching.